Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. We are just 3 days away from the big game, the NFL Super Bowl between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. Now, as many of you may know, there are some interesting things you could bet on during most Super Bowls, such as the color of the Gatorade that's poured on the winning coach, over under of the national anthem, how long it takes to sing, heads or tails on the coin toss, who received the kickoff, who kicks off, all types of crazy things, over unders on player props. Uh, we're going to take a look at some of the interesting cross sports Super Bowl bets we can make. So let's take a look at that. These are all courtesy of DraftKings. So if you go on DraftKings, these are things you can look at. So let's start with the NBA, where Cooper Cup receiving yards is minus 115 over the Atlanta Hawks total points. Cooper Cup is a slight favorite. If we take a look, the Atlanta Hawks are averaging 111.9 points per game this season. They have at least 113 of their last 14 games, and they are playing the Celtics on Sunday. So this is Hawks' Sunday game. They've scored 110 and 108 against Boston this season, so they've averaged 109 against the Celtics. Meanwhile, Cooper Cup in the regular season he averaged 114 and a half receiving yards per game in the regular season. He had triple digits in 11 of his 17 regular season games. He did only have 61 receiving yards in the opening round against the Arizona Cardinals, but he has 325 yards in his last two games. So if he has either of those games, the cup bet is likely going to come through. But that 61 yards probably won it. Now we got Trey Young, slight favorite, minus 115. His threes made over Bengals total touchdowns. So minus 115 to minus 105. Trey Young has 144 threes in 49 games this season. That equals out to 2.94 per game. Over his last 13 games, though, that has increased to 3.7. He actually had back-to-back games with zero. His second and third to last games this season. Before Tuesday, when he had six. The Bengals in the regular season had 52 offensive touchdowns and 2 defensive, giving them 54 total touchdowns, average of 3.18 per game. In the postseason, though, they have not scored as much. Just 2 against Las Vegas, 1 against Tennessee, and 2 against Kansas City. So on the year, the Bengals average more touchdowns, but of recent, for the Bengals playoffs and Trey Young, just his recent games, Young has been higher. PGA Tour, we got Jordan Spieth, first round birdies, and Matthew Stafford rushing yards, both at minus 110. This year, Jordan Spieth has played in 14 rounds and has 70 birdies, so 5 average. And in 2021, he had 92 in 378 rounds, averaging 4.3 birdies per round. Matthew Stafford in the regular season had 43 rushing yards, 2.5 per game only. He had 3 games in double figures. What hurt him was the 7 negative game totals. Of course, if quarterback kneels at the end of the game in victory stance, they're losing rushing yards. But in the postseason, he is 22, 6, and 8. So if he could, come close to any of those totals, even if he gets the 6, would probably be difficult for Spaeth to surpass that in birdies. So that's an interesting one. And then here we get the NHL. So will there be more first half total points in Super Bowl 56? Or total goals in the NHL on Sunday? See, total goals in NHL on Sunday, minus 140 compared to first half total points plus 115. There is 4 games on the schedule in the NHL on Sunday, which include the Colorado Avalanche, who average a league leading 4.09 goals per game. Also, the Canadians are playing, who are second to last at 2.2. So let's just average it out roughly. 4 games, 8 teams. Let's say On average, they score 3 goals. That's 24 goals. First half total points. Can you get more than 24? In the 3 playoff games, first halves of Rams games have averaged 19 and 2/3, while first halves of Bengals games have averaged 26 and a third. So if you average those two out, you do get less than 24, but not an easy one to pick. Rams and Bengals both have solid defenses, but I wouldn't say, nothing otherworldly. But that's all of these are very interesting side um, other sports, cross sports. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Cross sports bets you can make with the Super Bowl. So let me know in the comments which of these you like. There are some others. Check them out on DraftKings. Of course, today at the end of the 3 p.m. Eastern time is the NBA trade deadline. So maybe after my day of teaching, I could have a video on something that occurs there. Let's see what goes down. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.